Yeah, we're recording. Sick. Let's do it.
It's like I woke up from a damn nightmare. What the hell is happening? One day I get out of bed, I turn on the Frenemies podcast. Turns out they're not friends anymore, just enemies. Back to that. Trisha's back to making 50 million videos. And she's talking about Ethan again, even though they're family now, over like some 5% thing, which I'm not fully even aware of yet. I wanted to do this whole drama thing, but then I looked at how many videos Trisha did. It's gonna take some time.
Because Ethan put up with you and now that he's not putting up with you. No, Ethan gets 95% from the main channel, but he also gets 100% of not telling us anything. I just really money. I add with the 5% thing, and that's like, yes.
I go out of my way to be just like so nice.
So while I got onto that, I watched trending and I found my boy, David Dobrik, is back on YouTube. In like less than 2 months, he's back and everybody just pretended like nothing happened. It's like opposite day on YouTube every day. David Dobrik and his crew do some things that are very questionable. He comes back, everybody's like, thank God. Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein team up. The two of them get together and form a great duo that takes down all the bullshit on YouTube. And just like that, we're back to normal. Trisha's back hating on Ethan. David Dobrik is back on YouTube laughing at things that I still don't get. And I'm still standing here in sunglasses that I haven't worn in like a year. Man, YouTube is crazy. Well, today's video doesn't have anything to do with any of that. It's about David Dobrik's best friend, Jason Nash. I feel like I've talked about Jason Nash a lot, but you haven't heard any of that because the big documentary video that I was doing on David Dobrik and stuff, I haven't finished editing that yet. I didn't think he was gonna come back this fast, and to make matters worse, Shane Dawson is also coming back. I feel like if you're a big enough creator on YouTube, your fans have the thing called the baby syndrome, the little baby syndrome. You know when you're looking at the baby and you're like, oh, look at me, I'm right here, baby. Oh, where am I? Oh, you can't see me.
I'm right here.
And the baby's like,
I was taken aback by that. That's a pretty good trick. How'd you do that?
babies don't do that, but yeah, anyway. Well, if YouTubers are all coming back, then somebody better look out for EDP and J-Station. Anyway, like I was saying, today's video is about Jason Nash, the right-hand man of David Dobrik. Now, if you don't know much about Jason Nash, he's Trisha Paytas' ex. I actually did a little research on him because of the David Dobrik unreleased documentary, but it turns out this man tried to be an actor, and his biggest acting role was on the classic series Drake and Josh.
Ow! Are you all right? I think I was hit by a meatball.
Wow, what a great acting. I cannot see why you do not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He actually has his own YouTube channel with 3 million subscribers. Speaking of which, if you haven't by now and you love hearing my rants, please subscribe and become a big baby. Big Daddy over here is going through big rant mode. So if you want to see more of this, please do hit that subscribe. Also, by the way, if you have any ideas for the next video, please hit me up at 16leo_ on Instagram. Because if I don't get ideas, this is what happens. And I just go off topic. I'm like a Nick Cage movie without the script. So a Nick Cage movie. Okay, seriously, back on topic. Jason Nash. Things we know about him. He met David Dobrik doing a stand-up set, which sounds like a really bad love story. He's twice David Dobrik's age, but acts half his age, which is just tough to believe. He went out with Trisha Paytas and somehow he's the worst one. That's a lot of information to take in. So he's had quite the amazing life, if you'd ask me. So what does a person with an amazing life have to bring to YouTube on his own channel without David Dobrik? Yes, a late night ripoff of the Eric Andre show. That is what Jason Nash's mind first went to when he made this. So I'm not really sure why or what possessed this man to do this, but he decided, I'm gonna make a late night show, which in itself, I have to admit, is a pretty good idea. I would love to make my own late night show on YouTube. I just don't have the guests at the moment. It would be a very boring show, but it would be a lot of fun to have like some sort of talk show on YouTube. I think it's a great idea. The execution, however, is a blatant ripoff of the Eric Andre show. The problem is that Jason Nash is not Eric Andre. If you've seen anything Eric Andre does, you would know by now that rationality is not part of his repertoire. He also has one of the funniest sidekicks whose real name is Hannibal. And he's a black man with glasses, like that.
Yeah, let's give a quick shout out to Christina Applegate.
If you're going with random, that's about as good as it gets. I don't think you can top that. The Eric Andre show, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is just a bunch of randomness combined into a show on Adult Swim. The only person that I've ever seen comfortable on that show is Dennis Rodman, and that should tell you something about how weird the show is. By the way, for anyone who thinks me calling someone weird is an insult, no, it is the highest compliment in the world. I love Dennis Rodman. Are you kidding me? So yeah, the Eric Andre Show is this really cool show on Adult Swim. It has an amazing host and a brilliant sidekick, and the idea and concept fits very well into both of their comedy. Jason Nash, on the other hand, his comedy consists of insulting someone lightly and then laughing at it. So this sort of seems out of his element. And when he did episode 1 of the Jason Nash Show, it became a disaster that everyone can still view on YouTube. So I decided to watch it for myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Jason Nash Show, starring Jason Nash.
That's like a late night show entrance. It's like this is the Conan O'Brien Show.
It's Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
This is not the worst concept in the world. Like, it's out there, it's a little different. He's wearing like a nice suit jacket but short pants. It's a pretty cool concept to start. And that is the first and last compliment I'm gonna give the show.
Oh, there goes Jason, he's walking with him. Another lion in the sand.
Thank you, Larry. That's good, Larry. Thank you.
So right from the get-go, you can see that he's trying this awkward comedy that Eric Andre has, and Eric Andre's band just does whatever the fuck it wants whenever. Sometimes Questlove is in the band every now and again. Jason Nash has this guy called Larry.
There's a way to go, the nation's show.
Who's actually pretty cool. I would actually like to listen to more of Larry, to be honest with you. If he was on the show and Jason Nash was the single, maybe I'd watch it more.
This is a new show that we're doing here on my channel. Hope you like it. So we decided to bring the beach to me. The set was $35,000. And Larry is $2,600 a day. All right, let's get into some jokes, huh, guys?
Was that not the joke? Oh my God, you paid $35,000 for that set? Bro, you could have paid me 35 cents and I would have got you some sand and a crab. I think you already had the crabs. Sorry about that, my bad. I'm in rant mode, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you have a STD at all. You probably really clean down there, bro. In fact, I don't even think you have sex. Okay, you know what? I'm in a really stingy mood today. I'm sorry about that, bro. But seriously, bro, how has your accountant not bitch slapped you across the face as yet? $35,000 for that set? The only thing justified is paying Larry that amount a day because he has the voice of an actual angel. And he looks like one too. Look at his face. Wow.
These are some jokes that we wrote. They're sort of topical. An NFT by the artist Beeple recently sold for $69 million and shows what the artist did every day for the last 13 years. I had a similar piece that was on sale, but nobody wanted to buy 5,000 paintings of me crying in the shower.
Nice one. Good one, Jason Nash. That would be a very funny joke if I didn't fully believe that was actually the truth. Now it's just sad. Do you need a hug? Have you ever told a joke and someone hugged you in the end and said it'll be okay? That's not the ideal reaction for a joke. Oh, I feel bad for Jason Nash. How do you bum someone out with the first joke of your first monologue ever? But this is turning out to be a horribly bad good show.
A new report says 2 weeks after your first Moderna or Pfizer vaccine will make you 80% immune to COVID. It also makes you 80% more likely to brag about it on Instagram.
Do you pay your writers in clout? What is going on? Why are they writing these? Is this a joke? Is this a joke? What is the joke? Where's the joke? What am I laughing at? Do I come to the studio and laugh at your jokes? Or do I laugh at the people who come to the studio and laugh at your jokes? You need to tell me. You can't matrix me into this. Also, your name sounds like Jason Mash. I don't know why, but I find that insanely funny. And I've been holding in my laughter. But Jason Mash, can you please change your name to that? Or Jason Potato. That would be hilarious. So then I think he fires Larry. He's like, this is not working out. Have a seat there.
Okay, you know what, Larry? I'm so sorry. This is the first episode. This is my fault. This is just not working. Don't be all hangdog. Just go have a seat right here. There's a more comfortable couch anyway.
I don't think they made another episode, so I guess Larry won. Thank God. Hands up for Larry. So then he does like a little skit in between. Again, I feel like the idea behind the show is not too bad. Like I would like to see a YouTube show like this. I think it would take a lot of work to do, even if it was just once a week, but it's just the execution of it. It's just not sincere. Jason Nash's mouth is moving, but it looks like his eyes gave up before he even started talking. So then he does a skit where he runs over this brown guy who looks like my long lost brother, and that's like his instant karma segment.
One of my favorite subreddits is Instant Karma, which shows bad people getting what's coming to them. So I went out with my camera the other day. Take a look. Yeah, what's your feeling on the recent proposed capital gains tax? Oh, I see how it is. Oh! Instant karma, baby.
It feels like a Lily Singh sort of thing, but I guess Jason Nash is just stealing from everyone at this point. So then Jason Nash announces his first guest, who's an animal wrangler, because everybody needs that as their first guest on their first show. I can only assume this is gonna be some fake animal, but I haven't seen this, so
My first guest today is a renowned animal wrangler. Please welcome Riley Burbank. Riley, how are you?
Hello, how you doing?
Larry, play him in.
As usual, Larry fucking holding the show together with his beautiful ukulele guitar playing. He's like Tiny Tim on steroids.
Behold Riley, born in Newport Beach, moves to San Diego and lives there.
So you're not born in Australia, but you have an Australian accent. You're born in Newport Beach?
Yeah, I was born in Newport Beach. Newport Beach, bro.
I'm not sure what's happening.
Apparently this guy is Churdley's, which is a skit channel. I don't know too much about YouTube. I thought it was Cody Ko, brother stunt double. I was gonna make a joke and then I realized he's like some big YouTuber as well. Sorry, dude. I just thought you looked like Cody Ko 2.0. But if you guys ever do a stunt scene and someone needs to get run over by a car, you're that guy, bro.
Do you have animals? You say you do have animals today? Okay, so you do have some animals. Let's see what we got here.
You could either cut it triangle or halvesies.
All right, well, he pulls out a sandwich. That sandwich looks so disappointing. Everything about the show is depressing. I have more depression than when I started watching. Why does Jason Nash do this? He tries to make comedy and everyone ends up being sadder than they were when they started watching him. How many comedians do you know that make you genuinely sad? Like just painfully sad. He's either a super villain or a superhero. Like his power is depression. Like Jason, who wrote the idea of bring on an animal wrangler and have him take out a sandwich? This is your first show and this is what you do? So then they measure their guests?
All right, well, this is a fucking disaster. All right, let's just get you measured and get you out of here. All right, let me get my pencil. Guys, keep an eye on his feet when I measure. Make sure he doesn't lift. Damn, not that tall. Thought you'd be taller. That's too bad.
If they come back, do you measure them again to see if they've grown? Because I'll tell you right now, Jason Nash, anatomically speaking, that won't work on anyone who isn't a child. Also, I'm just saying, not that this would happen, but if you measured someone like Peter Dinklage and then measured him again, expecting him to grow, that's offensive. It's a little funny, but it's offensive. Is this a segment? I've never seen this on a late night show. I've seen my uncle do it when I was 8, and he took my height and he's like, "You're growing." Haven't seen it on a talk show before. If it's gonna be random, at least make it funny, bro. Can you add a little humor to your depressive series that you got going on here? I would like to laugh.
Okay, my next guest is a comedian and activist. Please welcome Nina Daniel. Nina.
Hi.
Oh, you've been great so far.
You've been great so far. She just got there. She just opened the door and sat down. Was that a joke? Is this... You have to tell me when you're doing a joke from now on. Okay, Jason Nash? You have to tell me before you tell the joke. You have to preempt it. Hi, 16leo, I'm about to tell a joke. And I'll be like, okay, now I can prepare myself to be horribly sad once you tell me this joke. At least the premise on the Eric Andre show is established. It's going to be weird and wild, and it's super fast-paced. And the reactions of the guests on that show are real, so they don't know what's gonna happen. Therefore, we can look at Eric Andre and Hannibal and know that we're part of this joke that the guest doesn't fully know about. We can feel in some sort of position to laugh. We're not in this weird position where we don't even know what the hell the joke is. This is some new age comedy. This is some Renaissance avant-garde comedy that you've got going here, bro. I'm not sure the world is ready for your Yeezus-like themed show that you have going on, dude.
This one's called Devil's Advocate. Basically, I will state a topic, choose a side, and then the other person's gonna have to defend the side I didn't choose. The world, is it round or flat? I say it's round.
It's flat.
Hey, I don't know if you want to publicly say that the world is flat.
No,
Not a good look.
I'm not. I was just playing the devil's advocate.
World is flat.
I already know. Don't say that.
I think you put me into a cringe coma. Wow, that was just hard to watch. That last 15 seconds was just hard to watch. So the game is basically Jason Nash says something and the person has to say the opposite. What if they don't believe it? I mean, really, is this how the show is gonna pan out? You invite YouTube guest stars and have them do close to nothing on the show? Do you really want to be a star of a show like this? Larry is turning out to be the breakout star of your show, Jason. I don't even think he realizes the irony in his title, My New Talk Show Was a Disaster. I get that he was trying to make the first show awkward, but it's unironically a disaster. Like you predicted it, Nostradamus. You did it. It's a disaster. Well, who thought the segment was even gonna be funny? At least make some good reoccurring segments. You'd have enough of a good audience to be like, oh, yeah, that was a little cringy, but I kind of want to see where it goes with the new guest. Like, if you just had some decent ideas, maybe this would have been something. I still think you should try another episode, personally. Just because I want to watch it. But do it, Jason, do it.
All right, on to our next devil's advocate. Climate change. Real or fake? I say it's real.
It's fake because the glaciers they still exist.
Change deniers.
I don't think it's fake. I'm playing devil's advocate. We're playing devil's advocate. I was participating in the game.
Let me play devil's advocate. What if it is? Then what? Do you want to have a political debate in your comment section about people talking about global warming? Every comment, hey bro, the ice caps aren't real. Hey bro, but what sunk the Titanic then? Hey bro, that was 1912. We're way past 1912 now. Could you possibly have a stupider idea? Do you ever wonder why no talk shows ever talk about this stuff? It's because they don't want to divide their audience. They want to provide entertainment regardless of what you think of. I don't care about your religion, political beliefs, sexual orientation. None of that matters. You just came here to have a laugh, right? Why are you splitting people up, bro?
I'm done. I'm done. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
Do I exit this way? California condors endangered. Please
Yeah.
check out my foundation.
Check out the foundation. That's the closet.
This is so ridiculous.
Did she get dumber? I have to ask. I'm sorry. Did she? Because she came in like butter. She walked in, she opened the door like a human being, sat down. When she left, she's like, where's the door? Where is it? Where? What is this the door? What? And even when she was opening the door, she was like, how do you pull this contraption apart? And I get it, it's supposed to be random and funny, but she wasn't stupid when the show started. She had like enough IQ points to get through the door. I think she should retain those IQ points to leave the door, okay? You can't switch up your characters just like that in the middle of the show.
Forgot to measure. Damn.
Don't say that. Don't say I forgot to measure her. Don't.
My thanks to Larry, the head of the Jason Nash band. I am Jason Nash. My thanks to Churdleys.
Okay, so he said my thanks to Churdleys. He even said the name. I'm getting stressed out about a show that doesn't even have more than one episode because he like gave up on the ruse within the episode. He didn't introduce the guy as Churdleys.
Please welcome Riley Burbank. My thanks to Churdleys.
But he left as Churdleys? That's like calling Django for 20 minutes of the movie and then calling him Jamie Foxx the rest of the movie. It's not, you can't do that. I hate this. This is why you need David Dobrik. At least David Dobrik is loud. You know, something's going on. Oh my God, is this what happens when he leaves you alone? Turn the camera off, bro. This show had mad potential, and I really do wish Jason Nash kept doing this, because even if the show was terrible, it means that I'm automatically a fan because I love bad stuff. And this show clearly is not doing well. 7,500 likes to 10,000 dislikes, and this is your channel? Whew. That's tough. Yeah, and the comments seem to have flamed him more than Gordon Ramsay over here. Yes, Jason, give us nothing. Ain't no way you watched this back and said, yep, this is a good video, let me upload it. Not Jason trying to rip off Eric Andre after Jeff already did. Secondhand embarrassment at its finest. Oof, that was rough. So yeah, that was the first and unfortunately last episode of the Jason Nash show. I wish they made an episode 2. You know, if Jason Nash ever doesn't want to do the show, they should just get Tommy Wiseau. Seems like a very decent replacement at this point. Like his title says, that show was the living embodiment of a disaster. Objectively speaking, is not at all funny. I think the guests are probably way funny on their own channels. They got really underutilized in this episode. And Jason Nash for being the headliner and lead of the show. If this is what we were going to see every episode, YouTube would have to make a plaque and award it to you for 100,000 subscribers lost in the fastest amount of time. I don't think anybody's gonna stay to watch that. In conclusion, dude, I'm not saying that you're not funny. I'm not trying to be mean at all. Like, do your thing. Do the show. I hope it gets better, honestly. It's a great place to be, Jason. You can only go up from this episode. So I would say keep doing them. Evidently, it's been like a month and he hasn't uploaded a new one. So I don't think he's gonna try another episode. Just because this one wasn't well received, it doesn't mean it can't get better. I don't know, man. If I had any advice to give you, I would say just try and make it more your own thing. Be yourself. It's not easy to watch a show where people actually have to look at the watches that they don't have on their hands because time has come to a standstill. This show is only 10 minutes and it feels like I lost days of my life. So until you get that sorted out, I would say just hold off on it. Try and develop your own style, maybe, if you could. If you try and bring on guests, maybe actually interview them or let them do their own brand of comedy as well. So there's always a different thing coming onto the show. It's not a bad premise, dude. It's just terribly executed. But yeah, that is the video. Thank you for withstanding that cringe with me. One more time, big shout out to Larry for playing that ukulele and getting me through that video. Shout out to Jason Nash's editor for that show. May God have mercy on your soul. And to all the big babies out there who have watched this video and liked it and thought maybe Leo deserves his own show. Let me give you that show right now. Hey everyone, and welcome to the 16leo show. How are you guys doing today? Oh, that's great. Now let me introduce you to my band member, also 16leo. Yeah. Let's get into the monologue, guys. So his name is Leo, and he goes into the woods. How about shut the f up, please. Okay, now that I've fired my band, let me get to the monologue. Have you guys heard about the sun? As Will Smith would say, ah, that's hot. Sorry. And now, let's bring out our first guest. What? Oh, our first guest has died. Woo! I don't have to do that segment now. Let's play a game called Quick Memes. Whoa, that was pretty quick. And that is all we have time for in the 16leo show. And like Ellen says, be kind to one another, because I'm not. Oh man, I'm like drive-by roasting everyone. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Ellen, sorry about that. Thanks for watching the show, everyone. We'll be back very soon with our next guest, Michael Robinson, who's a Terry Crews impersonator. Take care of yourselves, and Fluffs, why don't you take it away?
Nah.